So, Aradhya, how do you define depression? Look, if it happens to you, whom you choose to go to first? That's again a very
My
important
mom.
question. Your mother.
And I meditate a lot. So the first time I went through this was in 7th grade.
I'm always ready to answer any questions because I've been a patient of anxiety, panic attacks, depressions, everything, and I've overcome them and become an entrepreneur today. Yeah, please.
So you asked us to define depression. Would you please like to define
As
depression?
for me, the depression is something when you stop enjoying life. The complete environment in KCI is completely different. I can never even imagine of when I was a kid sitting next to my head of the school, to be very precise, and the kid from class third is sitting with the head of a school and talking just like this. I couldn't have ever imagined. So this is a very good initiative, madam, and the way you are taking it forward, at least it will make them more expressive.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
So firstly, do you think mental health issues are increasing? And what are the causes for them?
Look, this is a tough question, to be honest. It's definitely increasing. And the number second, what I feel is wrong is now the communication. We used to communicate a lot with our friends. We used to communicate a lot with our parents. And then we used to have a joint families in India earlier. So every child was a special to one of the relatives. So if he is sad, he definitely is going to come and hug him and, oh, beta, what goes wrong, what is something. So this is not in existence anymore due to nuclear families in India. Second, social media is I think is a big cause of depression, anxiety and everything. So hello everyone, we are here today to discuss about a very sensitive topic, which is the student welfare. So the best part of the King's School, they are starting a campaign in which they are appointing student welfare ambassadors in their classrooms to ensure that every student welfare is taken care of. So I'm passing on to Helen Bowen, the head of the school, to take it from here. Madam, some words from you.
Thank you. So we place well-being and mental health as a priority, knowing that our students can thrive when they are feeling secure, feeling safe and feeling confident. And we also acknowledge that often it's through peers that students are able to communicate more effectively. And so we wanted to start this initiative of our student ambassadors. And I'd like to welcome all of our student ambassadors who had to go through a rigorous application process and advocate and champion for the well-being of our whole school. And it's really lovely that we're all here together and that we can have our first meeting together to talk about this really sensitive and very serious topic.
So any of you can start sharing why you have chosen to become the student welfare ambassador. We can start off with whosoever wants to talk first.
So I'm Mudit Pandey. I'm a student at AS levels, and I personally chose to become a well-being ambassador because a lot of my friends have been bullied, have not been treated very well, and I know what that can do to a person, and I feel like because I am friends with a lot of people, it is my responsibility to try and help others, try and talk to others, try and be approachable so I can help others who are in need.
Great, thanks. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Vedangi Dev and from class 11th, and I wanted to become the well-being ambassador because I believe when you're born, the only thing you can do is make an impact, give something to the society. And I think being a well-being ambassador is one of the best ways to give something to the society. I believe in the butterfly effect, which is how little changes can lead to drastic big changes over time. So it's all about making those little changes, making those little impacts, which might help somebody someday.
Thanks, that's great. Anybody else in the room?
Hi, my name is Bhavya. So why I chose to be a ambassador, because well-being ambassador, because I wanted that the school's environment to be better, so that everyone can share their problems with everyone. So it could be a better environment from.
That's
for the
lovely.
school.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
Anybody from the right side?
So I chose to become the Wellbeing ambassador due to several reasons. One of them is I saw the mental health of my friends declining slowly, of my classmates actually, and I am a victim of that too.
Okay.
But I've helped myself to recover from that, and I thought of helping others too, because that's not really a good thing to.
That's really a good thought. Would you like to discuss something about what you have been through, which motivated you to become this? If it's okay with you, if it's personal, that's fine.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody else? There is a lady that's.
Hi, I'm Arani Balara, class 7, secondary 2, and I chose to be a Wellbeing ambassador because I thought it was a really good initiative, and I also saw what a great initiative it could become over time, and it could create a lot of good opportunities for students to express themselves freely, and it could really have a big impact on the environment of a school in a positive way.
Great,
Thank you.
thanks.
I'm Meera Glawat from secondary to grade 7, and I have seen I wanted to be a Wellbeing ambassador because I've seen many times that my classmates, my friends were too shy, or they didn't have the courage to go up to teachers and share their problems. And sometimes, I believe that it sometimes happens, it has happened with me, that I'm more comfortable in sharing to someone who's my age, and they won't like someone I know better. And so that's the reason I wanted to become a Wellbeing ambassador.
Okay. So, any experience anybody wants to share? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Aradhya from IG1, and I chose to be a Wellbeing ambassador because I've been through mental problems, mild depression myself, so I didn't wanted any other individual to go through the same. And as a mental well-being ambassador, or as a person, I believe that every individual has the right to stay happy, stay safe, and to express themselves. And yeah.
So, Aradhya, how do you define depression? Look, if it happens to you, whom you choose to go to first? That's again a very important
My mom.
question. Your mother.
And I meditate a lot. So the first time I went through this was in 7th grade.
So what happened exactly?
So
I don't want to go into deep.
okay,
You can
so I've
just
been
tell
through
me
various mental challenges. So first in 7th grade, I was bullied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So number one is bullied.
I'm sorry?
So number one is bullied. I'm just taking out the point.
Yeah. So at that time, I broke down, and
Okay.
then I started meditating. And meditation has helped me a lot.
Okay.
Now, at that time, I used to, that thing used to affect me a lot. But now I've started coping with that
Okay.
because of meditation and then school, friends,
That's good.
few
That's
family
good.
problems. Yeah.
Always be positive. Yeah.
I would say I would recommend meditation because I know how much it can help.
Okay. So do we have the facility of meditation here, madam? In the school?
So we have ECS, extracurricular activities, so of
Okay.
breathing, mindfulness, and
Okay.
meditating. So yeah.
Okay. Anybody else who wants to share some experience? I know everybody is hungry, but it's important to discuss. Anybody else?
So, last year, we had our board examinations for IGCSE or 10th class. And then during that time, one of my really close friends, she had a really bad panic attack.
Okay.
And it wasn't a panic attack in which she would... it wasn't something, it couldn't be defined physically. I mean, you couldn't see that she was shaking or something like that. And I don't think panic attacks are always around, you start shaking and you start overthinking a lot. It is also, panic attacks can also be very silent.
Okay.
It's just all about overthinking, and then I think that was an experience that really changed how I saw mental well-being and how seriously it has to be taken. And so at that time, she didn't tell anyone that she was having a panic attack, or she didn't want to ask for help. But I kind of ran into her by mistake. I mean, I was just passing by, and then I saw how bad of a condition she was in. And it's always nice to have someone who listens to your problems instead of always giving advice. It's better to listen to someone's problems.
Your listening is very important when somebody is having the same feeling. Anybody else want to share anything about this? Want to shed more light on it?
Does anybody want to ask you some
Yeah,
questions?
you can ask.
A lot of questions.
I'm always ready to answer any questions because I've been a patient of anxiety, panic attacks, depressions, everything, and I've overcome them and become an entrepreneur today. Yeah, please.
So you asked us to define depression. Would you please like to define
As
depression?
for me, the depression is something when you stop enjoying life. You don't like anything. Like normally, when you are normal, you go outside, you sit with your parents, you sit with your friends, you do what you like. And the same things which you like, you start disliking it when you are in a depression.
And
The world seems to be like ended for you. You seems like your existence is something which has been challenged. Your character is something which has been challenged, and it's all in your mind. Your mind's actually challenged them. So there are various events in life that does it. So in my opinion, never treat any event as the end of life or a life-defining event. Life is a big line to go on. Just don't stop yourself because any failure or anything has happened to you. Just try to go out, discuss it with the counselors, discuss it with the people who love you, and I'm quite sure you'll come out of it. This is what depression as per me.
I have a question for you.
Please.
You said you had been a patient of depression and anxiety, but you overcame it. Take an example. What if a person doesn't have anyone to share it with, or like someone they don't want to share it with? Then how would they overcome it, in your opinion?
I think that's why these student welfare ambassadors are there. So these initiatives are just to ensure that people come out and speak about it. You are shy, you don't ask questions, it's just because you don't see it comfortably in front of you. So just treat me as an idiot student sitting in a class, and I don't want to ask a question. I'll wait for someone to ask first. And if somebody asks it, then I'll also raise my hand. Okay, so this is what happened. So I want people to talk about it so that the others can also.
So adding on to what Arani said, that people may not want to talk about it, but there are some people who just cannot talk about it just because they're not expressive enough. They cannot themselves regulate what they're actually thinking and what their thoughts are, because their thoughts can be too overpowering. Then what should we do in that kind of a case?
I think at that time your loved ones are the ones who will take you out of it. For me, just say, when I was having an anxiety, I don't know that it's an anxiety. I was treating it as an illness. I thought this is happening because I'm not writing the right food or something. So there are a lot of things in between. OCD is there. I don't want to go that deep into that what is OCD or what is irritable bowel syndrome. I have been a patient of all these things. But then your loved one comes to you. It's like my mother who helped me out. I lost my father. The reason was that. And my mother who comes out, who made me more strong. He took me to a doctor. Then I know that taking medicine is not the right way to treat it. But yeah, I does have taken some pills to help me out, and it does happen in phase still. I don't say I've overcome it completely. It still happens in some phase for a couple of months, and then it goes away. And then you start learning and dealing about it. So the people like me, like her, like you, we all have to look out for such people who are not talking to anyone or sitting alone or just losing all the hope. Just go listen to them and then make them to contact the right person.
I think it's important that you realize that family, definitely they love you. I mean, we are not questioning or doubting that for a second. But that is the time when a professional should come into picture.
Yeah.
Because like the girl mentioned, that she's not able to, understand herself, or the emotions, they're not regulated. So maybe a counselor or a professional therapist might help her into understanding herself in a better way, so that she can interpret her emotions, because this is something that humans deal with. They might know the feeling of it, that all right, I'm not feeling good, but won't know that what exactly is going in the mind. So, knowing yourself in a better way, starting to understand emotions, and this is something that we do at KCI. This is a new initiative that we have done with primary students, because they're still learning, right? So we are introducing emotions to them, that this is anger, this is sadness, this is frustration. So if they learn that at a grassroots level, till the time they will reach Pearl's age, they would know what they're feeling. They would be able to interpret it. So health, it's really important. And family, definitely.
So do you help them to be more expressive also via these extracurricular activities?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, expression has no language, right? For example, I used to be an athlete. I've done boxing all my life. I take boxing ECAs. So my source of sort of expressing myself is sports.
Okay.
Miss Helen here, even she loves boxing. So I think her way of releasing emotions, it can be boxing. Udaivir, Pearl, maybe, Vedangi, he loves it. So yeah, it's different for everyone. So we definitely support students to express themselves in a better way.
Yeah, that's something I can see. It's the complete environment in KCI is completely different. Yeah. I can never even imagine of when I was a kid sitting next to my head of the school, to be very precise, and a kid from class third is sitting with the head of a school and talking just like friends. I couldn't have ever imagined. So this is a very good initiative, madam, and the way you are taking it forward, at least it will make them more expressive. This is very important. I completely agree with you.
Be approachable. Miss
Yeah,
Meenakshi
approachable.
is our deputy head. Miss Helen, if they are not, approachable, then the students won't be talking to you.
Yes. Because it's kind of a second home. You spend almost 1/3 part of your life when you are here.
So just to add a couple of things, I think it's really important that we offer our students and everybody the skills and the knowledge of different ways of reaching out for help. Some of you may be able to talk to your parents, some of you may be able to talk to your teachers, some of you may be able to talk to your friends, but there may be some people that can't do any of those things either. So how can we reach those people too? And it's about making sure that we expose our students to the different tools. So maybe different websites, and coming from the UK, there's so much support for our students, but actually students here in India can also access those sites as well that have a wealth of experience and a wealth of advice for students that may be feeling overwhelmed, that may not be understanding the feelings that they're going through. And I think that's what's really important about us. It's not just saying this is what we do as peers, but these are the different ways you can access help if you are not feeling your usual state. If you are noticing that something's different, you can still do these things and try and do things about it. And it's about preparing our students and giving our students the tools to be able to recognise these things in themselves. And I think part of it is education, discussion, and making sure that people feel comfortable in the environment that they're in.
It's great to hear from you, madam.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
So, firstly, do you think mental health issues are increasing, and what are the causes for them?
Look, this is a tough question, to be honest. It's definitely increasing. The number one is absolutely it's increasing a lot, and the number second, what I feel is wrong is now the communication. We used to communicate a lot with our friends. We used to communicate a lot with our parents, and then we used to have a joint families in India earlier. So every child was special to one of the relatives. So if he is sad, he definitely is going to come and hug him and, oh, beta, what goes wrong? What is something? So this is not in existence anymore due to nuclear families in India. Second, social media is I think is a big cause of depression, anxiety, and everything. But this is not allowing a person to go out and see someone. It's just like clicking a picture, smiling, but at the back it's altogether a different story, because you want to show it to the people, I'm happy. Showing it that I'm happy is simply like being a wealthy person and trying to show off a wealthy person is the same story. So you can't make people feel that you are happy. If you are happy, it's on your face. Your face is the story. This is the book that tells you. So it's definitely increasing. I think these are the two main reasons in India, especially. And third is a very, very important peer pressure. I think you students have got hell lot of peer pressure. In my time, there was hardly any competition, to be honest. And nowadays, your parents kids and the stories, look, that has done IIM, he is into IITs, he has gone to the King College London, and all those stories. This has also pressurized students a lot. So I feel like these three reasons are the main reason.
And my second question is, do you think mental health is being commercialized?
Not at the moment, I would say, but it might get commercialized in the future.
Okay.
Not at the moment. Now, at the moment, people like me or like Helen, we are there for helping people around. Like you, all of you sitting here to help people around. So it's just not been commercialized yet at that level. Yeah, on some places it has, but not completely. But in the future, it may be.
Okay. Thank you.
So my question is, if there's someone I know, or if someone's my friend, and I can tell that they're not mentally okay, they're going through something, and I try and talk to them, but they're not talking to me, they're not opening up to me, what should I do? Should I try and open up to them? How should I, get them to talk to me, or should I just let it go, try and get someone else to talk to them?
I think it's a very hard question for me, to be honest. If I get someone like this, that who I know that he's in depression and he's not talking to me, it's become very hard, to be honest, to take him to the doctor or make him understand anything. But just try to listen him or her out first. Just try to make them sit, relax. And I still believe water is one of the best things. Drinking water not just hydrate you, but it gives you a lot of peace of mind. I still believe in this thing, that drinking water is very, very important. So if you see someone like this, offer him a bottle of water, and I'm quite sure he'll take that. And if he takes that, then how you can begin the conversation. But it's not the complete answer, and I'm extremely sorry. This is a very tough question. I think it's above my pay scale.
You said that before, to Vedangi's first question, that initially before your parents or family would talk, not particularly you, but generally, families would talk about mental health very openly, but I kind of disagree.
No. I didn't say that they talk about the mental health openly. I said every child was special to one of the relatives. For example, I was the favorite of my grandfather. So if he sees me sitting like this or something, he definitely comes to me and hug me and asks, what's wrong? I say that.
Okay.
Mental health on that time, it was treated as a demon, to be honest.
Yes.
Nobody wants to talk about it. They straight away said he's mad. There is no other word for them. Okay, it's not mental illness at that time. There is only one word, it's like mad. But the things that save us at that time was the favoritism of a child. Somebody is very close to uncle, somebody is very close to mom, somebody is very close to grandfather and grandmothers. So these grandparents used to handle the child quite well. Now it's not there, so obviously. So there are a lot of factors. These are just some of the factors, to be honest. If we'll sit and discuss about it, it will take the whole day long. There are many factors about it. The workload, work pressure, peer pressure, a lot of things. Anything else?
Do you think someone with anxiety, depression, OCD, etc. can never truly get over it 100%?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, please, because again it's over my pay scale. I have not got over it completely. I think you'll take this one and answer.
Okay, RNE, mental health is not like physical health, right? It's not like you got a scratch and then you took medicines for it, put an ointment on it and you recover, right? So for mental health, this is something that you can relapse into. And you need to understand what's helping you and what's best for you. So coping mechanisms, how you treat yourself, that's very important to learn. How you take care of yourself. So if something is coming back to you again, let's say, a stress about a particular thing, so the next time you would know how to, handle that in a better way, right? So I won't say that this is something that would go away forever.
Yeah,
But you would know how to handle it if it shows up on your door again.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out.
No, my question was, what could trigger serious panic attacks?
There might be many circumstances and triggers. Panic attack, you need to understand the surface level of it, okay? So the person might be going through anxiety, which is not at a normal scale, right? And the person is experiencing it on a daily basis. And that is somehow hampering his, day-to-day life. So then the continuation of it, longer duration of stress, it would end up in panic attacks, right? So it has to be at that level. Any other question?
Thank you all so much for joining us for this panel discussion. I think we've come up with some really interesting topics. We've been able to gain some insight from all of our different perspectives. And I think that it has offered some platforms for us to find out more information about how we're all going to be helping our King's College India students to thrive and be prepared for the unknown and be able to recognise signals from in themselves and know where to find that help. So thank you all once again, and let's give another big thank you for Mr. Mudit.